All right, guys, the video you've been waiting for. Is the Google Data Analytics certificate still worth it in 2026 after all the stuff that's happened with AI, after the job market collapsed and hasn't really recovered yet? Is this certificate still worth it? I'm gonna be going over that in today's video. And this is gonna be valuable for you whether or not you've watched my past videos on certificates or you've never even seen me before. And we're gonna be going over a bunch of different categories, rating them all from 1 to 10, and then we're gonna give it a final score. And I'm gonna tell you not only if the certificate is worth it, but more importantly, if it's worth it for you and your specific situation. So if you appreciate me doing this type of video, let me know by gently tapping that like button, and let's jump into it right now with an overview. So the Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate is an entry-level online program that teaches you how to collect, clean, analyze, and visualize data using industry standard tools like spreadsheets, SQL, and Tableau to prepare for a junior data analyst role. Now, this certificate needs no degree and needs no experience. Just you, Google, and the skills employers are actually hiring for: spreadsheets, SQL, Python, and Tableau. Because of this, more than 3 million people have already taken this course. It has a 4.8 star rating from over 170,000 reviews. And then there's the Google brand. Employers see that name and take it seriously. It's widely recognized as a signal of solid foundational skills. And the program now includes AI skills, and these include boosting your data analytics skills with AI, cleaning and preparing data with the help from AI, organizing data and building formulas using AI, and using AI to help you ask more effective questions, plus creating engaging data visualizations with AI, and improving your R code with the help from AI. And recently, they just put in a 9th course in the program, Accelerate Your Job Search with AI, using tools like Gemini and Notebook LM, which help you get started with your data analytics career quicker. Now, that is a meaningful addition. That is not just cosmetic. And as we've all known for the past 5 years, data analytics is incredibly valuable, and it's still one of the fastest growing career fields right now. And entry-level salaries go really high, and demand spans virtually every industry: tech, healthcare, finance, retail, entertainment, etc. And we'll break down the numbers in detail shortly. But the bigger picture, this certificate is a structured, low-cost entry point into a field that pays well and keeps growing. But does that mean it's perfect for you? No, not necessarily. So let's go through this.
Hey guys, in the editing process right now, but quick pause to give you a special deal from Coursera. So Coursera is launching its special promo offer, and this is where learners will get access to thousands and thousands of courses, and all of this for 40% off. Details are on the screen and you can check it out. And I remember last year they had a similar promo to this, and I mentioned it in one of my videos, and a bunch of people got into it and they were super happy with it, but a bunch of people missed out on it, and they basically commented over and over again like, hey, when is this going to be available? Well, hey, it's available right now, right? And it's only going to be there for a limited amount of time. So if you're on the fence about this, this is the absolute best time to jump into Coursera Plus. You do not want to miss out on this. So it's going to be down in the description as well as the pinned comment below. So go down there to check it out. But anyways, back to the video.
Section 1, time to completion. Let's begin on how long it takes to complete the course. Coursera estimates 6 months at roughly 10 hours a week. Now, this is realistic for someone working full time. And the program includes over 180 hours of instruction and hundreds of practice-based assessments. Now, if you already have some background in Excel or SQL, Reddit user SlayerDog reports that you could finish this so-called 6-month course in as little as 1 to 2 months. For faster progression, you can also watch at 1.5x speed. And the official time estimates tend to run a little high. And the flexibility is one of the best things about this program because you can go at your own pace. Although one thing to consider is that Coursera charges monthly, which means the faster you finish, the less you spend. And it rewards the disciplined and focused, and it punishes the procrastinators. So the time to completion, I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. 180 hours across 9 courses is on the longer side compared to most Coursera programs, but it's still a heck of a lot faster than most boot camps out there or getting a college degree. And that's why it gets an 8. Now, by the way, if you want this certificate yourself, the link is in the description and the pinned comment below. You can click down there. With that being said, I am affiliated with Coursera. So if you click that link and you end up buying the course or buying anything from Coursera, I may get a small payment from that. If you don't want to do that, you can always just type it in or whatever. With that being said, by clicking the link, you do get a 7-day free trial. And Coursera allows me to be completely honest with my reviews. They have never told me a single time, even when I say bad things about some of these certificates, that I couldn't do it. And that's one of the reasons why I'm still affiliated with them. Okay, section 2 is the cost. Now, you're probably thinking 6 months estimated time is a long time. How much do I need to pay for a course this long? Is it $1,000, $5,000? Like, how much is it? Well, if you just take the Google Data Analytics certificate on its own, it'll run you about $49 a month after the 7-day free trial, which you'd get by clicking the link in the description in the pinned comment below. But if you want access to thousands of Coursera certifications from Coursera, you can get what's known as Coursera Plus monthly subscription for $59 a month. And at a 6-month pace, that's roughly $294 total. That's it. Now, there's also Coursera Plus at $399 a year if you want access to everything on the platform for an entire year. So you get a discount if you do that. Also, like I said, there's a 7-day free trial, which lets you start before spending $1, and they even have scholarships if you can't afford it for whatever reason. Additionally, a lot of people say you can finish this cert in 2 months, so you could do it for as little as 49 times 2, which would be about $98. Now let's put this in perspective. Boot camps covering similar material charge $5,000 or more. This certificate, backed by Google, gives you comparable foundational skills for under $300. That ratio is hard to argue with. So the cost here is going to be 9 out of 10. The only reason it's not a 10 is the monthly billing model does add up in life and it gets in the way, so just know that going in. Okay, section 3, let's talk about demand. Let's talk about the job market. Now, when it comes to the job market in general for data analysts, in 2024, there were over 251,000 open data analytics jobs in the US. In 2026, it is not the same situation. The job market is extremely rough right now, and it has been for quite some time, and it hasn't really recovered. Much of this is due to AI. A lot of it has to do with the economy right now, but it's not just tech. Entertainment, finance, healthcare, retail, every industry right now tends to be down. So you have to consider data analysts compared to all other industries. And you also have to consider the fact that Coursera is keeping up with AI. It's teaching you how to embrace AI rather than being angry at it, which I totally understand if you're angry at AI. It completely makes sense. With that being said, the smartest thing to do is just to embrace the new technology, because that's what companies want. Companies want people that are familiar with AI and they can use AI. Okay, so you should really be embracing it right now, and that's exactly what this cert helps you to do. So there's still a lot of good data analyst related jobs. If you have the AI skills, they absolutely love that. In fact, you should actually spotlight that or highlight that in your resume, in your portfolio, etc. And apart from the entry-level jobs, the ceiling moves up from there. Google also offers an advanced data analytics certificate covering machine learning and statistical analysis, and a business intelligence certificate. So the path upward is clear. Additionally, there are a lot of great career coaches out there that can teach you data analytics as well, such as Kadisha. Now, is this certificate going to be as good as working one-on-one with an actual data analytics career coach? Probably not, but that's going to cost you a lot more. So overall, I'm still going to say the demand is 9 out of 10. Also, BLS says that there's still going to be a massive projected growth over the next 10 years, at least the last time they updated it, for what it's worth. All right, section 4 is salary. So let's talk money. According to Glassdoor, this is what data analysts make annually. About $72,000 to $122,000 a year. That's $72,000 entry level, and that's a lot higher than the average entry-level job salary in the US. And that number grows significantly with experience and specialization. There is a lot to data analysts, and one of the things that I really love about this career is it tends to move towards specialization in different verticals. For instance, there is nurse informaticist, which is essentially data analytics for nurses. And there's stuff like that for just about every industry, every vertical, every career out there. It's super valuable to know data analytics. Just as an example, I recently hired a data analyst type person who knows AI stuff and also is familiar with my specific industry, and it's been absolutely incredible what they've been able to do for the business. So I can see the value from a business owner's perspective and from somebody who's trying to get a jobs perspective. But also, data analyst managers make about $88,000 to $150,000 a year. Upskill more, you can access higher data analyst positions that make you $118,000 to $172,000 annually. However, these numbers take time. You'll need real-world experience, additional skills beyond the certificate, and a track record of delivering results. The ceiling is genuinely high, but getting there doesn't happen overnight. So salary, I'm gonna give a 9 out of 10. Strong salaries at the entry level, even following the stages of the career, that's a 9. The only reason it's not a 10 is that it takes a long time to qualify for higher positions. All right, section 5 is production value. When talking online courses, we usually expect videos taken on a cheap camera and even worse, bad user interfaces. Fortunately, Coursera is not that. One review says the course has well-produced videos, hands-on labs, downloadables, templates, glossaries, and quizzes. And the content is developed by actual Google employees. experts, people with decades of real-world data experience, not just educators or practitioners. And there's a data journal built into the course, template and reflection prompts included, and you'll fill it out as you go. Small thing, but it actually helps retention. And there's a learner community built in if you get stuck or you want to connect with others going through the same material. Plus, verified Coursera reviews describe the lectures as well delivered and practical with a data-driven approach applied to every single module. So yeah, production value, 9 out of 10, very good. Google clearly puts real money and effort into making this feel like a professional production, not an afterthought. Section 6 is your chances of getting hired. Now, when you complete the program, you get access to apply to Google and over 150 US employers, Deloitte, Target, Verizon, and more, and that is a real hiring pipeline. Also, according to Google's own US graduate survey, 75% of certificate graduates report a positive career outcome, including being employed in a new job after 6 months of finishing. And a blog from the interview guys cites one example of a graduate who landed a data analyst role 52 days after finishing, crediting strategic networking alongside the certificate. And that's one person's experience, not a guarantee, but it shows what's possible when you put in the work. But here's the part that people don't want to hear. You cannot get a job just by finishing this course. You need a portfolio, you need soft skills, and you need to show up in the job market actively. So the Reddit data analytics community is consistent on this. Build real projects using public data sets, go deeper on SQL than what the course teaches, and network on LinkedIn. And the certificate opens the doors. What you do after determines whether you walk through it. So chances of getting hired here, all things being equal and comparing it to other industries that are facing the same issues, I'm gonna still give it an 8 out of 10. Between the direct access to 150 plus hiring employers, the 75% positive outcome stat, and the strong job market backing it all up, the odds are genuinely in your favor if you treat this as a starting line, not the finish line. Now for the overall value. The curriculum is very accessible and the recognition that comes with it is crazy. For $49 a month, you get a structured pathway into one of the fastest growing career fields with skills that match what employers are hiring for right now. And the recent AI update means this isn't a stale course coasting on its name. Now, this is best for complete beginners who need structure and career switchers who want a low cost, low way to test whether data analytics is actually the right path before committing to something more expensive. It's not a shortcut. It's not some kind of magic ticket or magic button, but think about what you're actually getting. $49 a month, a Google-backed credential, a recently updated curriculum with AI training built in, and a hiring network of 150 plus employers, plus strong job demand and solid salary starting at $72,000. Overall value, 9 out of 10. Okay, total score summary. Time to completion, 8 out of 10. Cost, 9 out of 10. Demand, 9 out of 10. Salary, 9 out of 10. Production value, 9 out of 10. Chances of getting hired, 8 out of 10. Overall value, 9 out of 10. Overall, I'm gonna give this an 8.7 out of 10. Now, you might have noticed that this has dropped since previous years when I reviewed it. And that is because the economy is not as good right now and the job market's not as good right now. And that's just a fact of reality. With that being said, I still think this is incredibly valuable, especially considering the cost, right? This is incredible for the cost. The value of this is insane. With that being said, most important thing is getting real experience, building your portfolio, putting that stuff on your resume, and networking, right? So don't just expect the certificate to do all the work for you. It's harder than that, especially right now to get a job, and that's just the reality of the situation. Like I said before, links in the description if you want to get started. Also check out this video right here of the newest update on which Google certificates that I like, and you can check that out by clicking right here.